Hey gang, how's it going? I'm B-Ball Joe. This is Workers and Resources still, and it's on the private branch that... Nice, it works! I wasn't sure if this was going to show up. Awesome. Hello and welcome back. I'll do this again. Hello and welcome back. I'm B-Ball Joe, and this is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, and if you look in the bottom left, which you can't see, give me a second, please. Down there, you see it? We are on version 0.8.7.0. That is the next update that I will give you a little preview, sneak peek off, because it's awesome. There's a lot more stuff going on. It's getting a lot more complicated. And Peter allowed me to show it. He said there's no embargo, so here we are. He just released this yesterday. I looked at it briefly on the Discord, and a couple of you have already checked it out with me. And I think it's pretty cool. It adds a lot of cool features, and so far I feel it's very playable, which I think is very important. It doesn't feel like there's probably some tweaking that needs to happen in things as usual. But overall, it's very, very ready to go, in my opinion. We're going to keep it simple. Random map for now. Set it all to hard. The only thing I'll change is always day. But here you can see water management, enabled, traffic simulation, complex. And then I think the rest is all the same. I'm going to leave this as 1970. I may even have to move it to 1980 because the sewage and water trucks are not available in 1960 yet. So there's a small thing that we'll probably have to address. But honestly, they'll probably get fixed with mods anyways really fast. So I'm not terribly worried about it. So that's fine. We'll get started here and I'll say hello to everyone that's there. Just basic. I don't care what the map looks like right now. Who do we have? We have the Seraph. Hey, how's it going? Scrappy Jape, how are you? Moonbnee Bree, how are you? Stefan, hey, how's it going? It's not internal beta even. It's before then. So I'm excited to be able to show you this. And I know that Forzion said he also wanted to stream some of this weekend, so maybe check him out on the Twitch. I think that's why he usually streams. So, yeah, there you go. Jacob, how's it going? And Scrappy Jape again. Yes. So, here we are. Let me turn the music back on. I turned it off earlier for, to get started on things, but, I mean, a little bit of music is not a bad thing, I would say. You can probably barely hear it, but it makes me feel a little happier if I'm able to do this. So, here we are. Let's find honestly, any place on the map is fine for right now, because this is the new stuff. The plumbing. I don't know if this is the final icon. No idea, but this is what we have. We have pipes. We have remove pipes. We have water substation. We have a pumping station. We have a water towers or water reservoirs. We have a water wells, water treatment plant, water loading and unloading, a water switch, and then sewage is separate. We have sewage pipe, remove sewage pipe, sewage tank, sewage pump, sewage switch, sewage discharge, sewage treatment plant, sewage loading, unloading station. So, a lot of stuff right here. Pretty cool, I would say. I'll try to get through all of it, and I'll try to talk you through all the things that need to happen, because there is a lot. It is... Ooh, oh, I set the money too hard, didn't I? Silly me. Let's see if I can even turn on the cheat mode here. We need a little more money than that to even get started on this, so please forgive me. CHE turns on the cheat mode, and then you can just go to General Debug and add some ruble. 10 million just to get started. I don't want to restart the game. And then turn off cheat mode again. Thank you. Awesome. So, let's get started somewhere. What we're going to do today, we are going to try to build a regular city, not auto build and all that stuff, but a functional city at least, and go from there. I am on a different branch than what's on Steam available, so I have a couple other tools available. For example, I can speed things up a little bit, so please, please, please stop asking in the comments. It's nothing that's available to everyone. It's something that's very specific to this branch, so don't worry about it. Because, simply put, there's stuff that happens in the simulation that doesn't work, and that's why it's not available to everyone. So this is just for testing. This is nothing else. Cool. So here we are. We need a plot of land. What do we really need? Well, you now need water somewhere near you. You can no longer start without water. You don't need water, at least at this point in time, you don't need water to get drinking water out of. You need water to discharge your sewage somewhere. And there are a couple options, and I'll try to get through all of that pretty soon. Why don't we do the first thing? I think a lot of you are here because I found out yesterday that the snapping on the grid is working now. What do you have to do for that? Well, turn on your grid, F1, just like this, and then build anything. We're going to start with a simple road. I want to keep this, well, let's keep this simple. Just do asphalt roads for right now. If you have the grid up, still doing this. See that? Once you turn on the grid, snap, 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 snap. So, don't build this right now. Build the actual road that you want, and you can, like your little cursor is actually snapping to the corners on the grid. It can go from grid to grid and do whatever you need to do with that. So here's a straight line, pretty simple. Then if you want to do a really fancy curve, you can do 2 out and 2 down. No, this is a 90-degree curve, pretty nice, right? Then you can come out this way, and I mean, at this point it's just, there's a grid. Does this work on all your other buildings as well? The answer is yep. Absolutely does. Get your prefab, and it's snapping to where your cursor is. Right now my cursor is effectively in the middle, and that's what it's snapping to. There is a problem that I saw. This is a beta branch. This is very early. This is not ready yet for everyone. But right now, if you snap the road to it, you no longer are snapping. But if you only snap if you only snap with a footpath, then it is snapping. So it's just a thing that's right now. But if you want to do the roads, you can straighten this out, and then you just turn off the snapping with left control, and you can get it as close to wherever you want. I don't see a good reason why we can't just start building a quick city here. So let's just do that. Sure. I will try to use the snapping as much as possible and leave enough room between for extra footpaths if we can. I'm going to flip this so this is nice and optimized, and then I'll try, I don't know if you can see that, but I'll try to keep at least one full square in front of each footpath. So there are 2 squares in the middle, and that's what we have. Great start. Pretty happy with that. Let's do 2 more. I don't need a ton of workers, but I need enough to get a city started. These are, what is it? 189 workers, so 200 workers. This is 600. That's actually not that many yet. So what I'm going to do is try the cloning. And this is where it gets a little funky. It is possible, it's very possible that your perfect grid may get messed up just a tiny bit if you go use the cloning tool. I had that problem yesterday, but honestly, it's not the end of the world, at least not for me. So there we go. Now we have a perfectly gridded city right there, and we can just continue building things. We need to build the city, otherwise I can't show you all the things that need to go on or that I want to show you. So, as you can see, the grid may not align with your border post right away. So some people will probably be very sad about that. I don't think I'm one of those people. Let's just build a couple roads here. I'm not going to make this perfect, but I'm going to make this drivable and usable. So there we go there. This is all fine. That looks good. And yeah, what else do I want? We do have to build all the basic infrastructure for a city. There's no way around that. So I'm going to do that right here. I think a store probably is best placed out here. Sure. And yeah, this is loyalty and everything else is on. So all the behaviors that you're used to from the last update, that is all here. So everything is more expensive. Everything takes a little longer to get started in the beginning. But I think it's always worth it. Let's see, can I make you... Yeah, this is a much better place for you. Cool. Put you there, don't need a gallery of arts, definitely need something with sport. Where do I put you? Maybe up here, start another little system. But as you can see, the snapping is already working really nice. It is not... there's no automatic snap to make you straighten out your buildings with the grid. So you have to find a place or a rotation that you like, and then you just have to keep that. I try to keep it straight with the lines, but knowing me, I'm not going to always get there. So don't be too strict on that, please and thank you. Hospital, yes, we need all of that. I have not done a deep dive into the full effects of bad water quality, and I'll get into that here in just a second. We just have to build at least the minimum, and then we can continue with everything else that we want to do. This looks fine. The other thing that people will... I don't know if we're going to address that or not, but this... The road itself is not snapping to... like the out. The road entrance and exit of this building is not snapping directly to the grid because the middle of my cursor is snapping to the grid. Which means once you put a road there, it's not going to be perfectly on the grid every time. So keep that in mind when you build all these things. I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm sure somebody else is going to think that's a huge deal. So we have all those done, and that looks good. I think the only thing we have left is Couple Kindergarten, and I was hoping I can put one here and then put a school over here. I am very much embracing the footpath connections to all things that can use a footpath, because I think that's great. That all looks good, and then we just need a bus station of some sort, and I think in the middle here will be the best place for it, so let's get that bus station in here. Sorry, I'm not going through all the details on what you need and why you need it. I think you can watch any of my other videos. I go into a lot of detail there. Right now I'm just trying to get to the water things. Right now I found that because of the road, like once you have the road connections, you don't no longer snap to anything. But if you go out here, you're snapping. Now you hit control, and then you can go back to the center of where you want to go, place it, and in this case, because the road is actually centralized onto the building, you're actually lining up perfectly. So that looks pretty good. Oh yeah, this tool. The new angle tool that you get in this branch is different. I don't exactly... I feel like at some point you may get a degree measurement in there as well, but for right now it just tells you, hey, it's just new, it's just different. I like it, it's cool, I'll use it, but I think it's going to be one of those things that becomes very... you become used to it and you forget that it was ever new, because just it feels very intuitive and it's great. I love it. Cool. Let's make a quick path connection here. I'm sure it's going to take a little while for us to get used to the new path building mechanics. I don't see that as a problem, to be honest. So go in there, you can go in there. This one can build a path out here. And then, yeah, we'll just continue doing this. Again, it's nice. The snapping is great. It feels intuitive enough where it's just like, yep, this does exactly what I need to do. And that's what we're doing here. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Get you there, get you there, get you connected to something here. Snap, snap, snap. You still have to make sure that the nodes are in the right place, otherwise you just going to hate yourself. So I think that works. I'm very sure. So in this case, we're not on the exact same node that I want to be on. You see that, right? So if you really have a problem with that, there are some pretty builders out there that already know this trick, but if you don't know that, just connect exactly to the node that you want to go to and then extend from there. And now you get exactly that spot that you wanted right there. This looks good. Now just get all of these connected, and you can do that as exact as you want or as artificially as you want, like I usually do. It's really up to you at that point. Get this one connected, make sure that that middle is there, this middle is not there. I'm not going to do that same trick again. As you can see, this can work, you just have to be a little more purposeful about it. That all looks good. That's fine. There's going to be a road connection here. You have to connect there. You have to connect there. That's the only kindergarten right now. That's fine. Cool. Basic city almost pretty much done. I think you need to come over here, and then I would like just a footpath connection on both of these sides, just so that they can all connect to the things that I want. I'm not building this. This is all going to be auto-built. That's not the point of this exercise today. I just want to show you all the things that we have. So I think at this point, you have a pretty good idea of the grid snapping. It's working, right? Just does its thing, and this road is perfectly straight the whole way. And that's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. How about we do this? Make this pretty. We can't make this pretty because it's not exactly aligned with that grid again. So over here we have a grid that we can use. Let's just make it so, and it will try to do funny things every once in a while if you place it weird. So be aware of that. It's a new mechanic. I'm sure it's gonna move, and I'm sure it's gonna change. But for right now, I really like what it does. That looks good, and then I would actually like, it looks like a 90-degree corner. I would like to just build a secondary road because I want to show you a couple things later on that require this. Cool. First thing done. City built with a grid. Woohoo! Let me check something real quick because I never know if my chat is actually up to date, because the YouTube chat every once in a while is just broken. Yeah, I missed half the chat there, so I'm glad I just checked that. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on that I didn't see. Sorry about that. If I missed something, please ask it again and I'll try to answer it. The first one I see right now is Ligamine 2 of this link mechanic. Can you build like before? Yes, you can. The only time you turn on the snapping the grid is if you hit F1 and you see this grid. You can also turn it on down here, the wireframe. As long as you have it off, it builds exactly like before. There's no snapping. Now I turn it on and there's snapping again. So yes, you totally have choices. It's great. I love it. Cool. So we have a city set up. Great. Almost. I need one more thing connected and then we can continue. Yes, just that footpath is fine. This isn't Farm Sim Lego. Why not? Okay, so that's all set up, and that's just the normal city, and I have everything on auto build, but we will hopefully see how not auto build, but auto pay, auto purchase. We will hopefully see how everything else works together. That guy, nobody over here is connected yet, so I gotta fix that. I don't want everyone to die right away. I would like to actually have this whole city survive. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. In general, I do not recommend using the small bus stops. But I didn't build it in a way that I could have done a bigger bus stop in that case, so that's just what it is, but this should be fine. Cool. Cool. Then the first basics. Electric substation. That's just a thing we always need. It's always going to be there, and it's just part of the game. You can't get around it. Where can we place one? It's not completely ugly, and it's not completely in the way. Could we place one out here? We could. How about we just place one out here then? And just have a simple road connection. I don't mind that. So you go there, cool. Then we need heating. This should be a little easier, but you do have to now pay attention to where you place all your industries because the water is affected by it. That is very, very, very important. But it looks like this one can be connected right here. I'm going to point it away from the city so that the pipe can connect out to that side. But I feel pretty good about this. I saw there was a couple questions. I'll get to those in just a sec. Get that one in there and get that one in here. So this is just building it without the grid helpers, and that's fine. Cool. Diffizzle. Maybe Bill on the save from FAQ. You asked for us to share a link to the save game, and man, how do I do this? Please ask it in the Discord because it does not belong here. Okay, my dog is barking. I hope that's okay. Cool. So that's here. We have heat and, well, heat and power. Technically, we don't have either of those set up at this point, but that's fine. The next things are these. We need these water substations. Look like this. If you look at any of the buildings, residential, for example, there's a lot more data in that info panel, and I hope you can read it. It's probably really small, but it is there. I guarantee. Cost per flat. Okay. Max power consumption per day, okay. Max wattage, circuit breaker, okay. Heat water tank, that's still the old one. Then max daily water consumption, that's the new thing. It's 12 cubic meter per day for this in particular. So you do have to start figuring out what the water consumption of those things are. Very important. Now this is when it's full, so it's not for everything. But if you look at all the other buildings, they also have a max daily water consumption. This one has like 6 to 8 cubic meters, so shopping centers are more like, think of it as toilets, like when you use a bathroom. Water is going to be used, and then you wash your hands, but overall there's not a lot going into water. But in a residential building, there's showering, there's bathing, there is maybe greenery, maybe cooking. Like, there's a lot more water consumed there, and that's also very nicely simulated here. But then, if you look at some of your industries, and I'm going to pick one here that I already know, the alumina plant, for example, has a consumption at maximum production that is 29 cubic meters of water as an input, but then it also has a max daily water consumption. There are some industries now that require water to work. I think the one that you will run into the most is food right away, because food now requires water. Not a ton, but it also, if you look at it, I hope you can read it, right under crops it says required water quality is 97%. And we'll get into all of that, how that works and why that works, but most industries now require water. Some industries have a low enough water consumption that they don't have their own water input, like this one. So this one you can supply with a water substation. Some other ones, for example, the alumina plant, because the amount is so high, if you look on the south side of the building, there are water inlets. And if you look now on the south side, there are sewage outlets. So some buildings will require enough water that they need their own water supply. But then if you look at the water quality, required water quality is only 75%, so you don't need to have your purest water go out here. Pretty cool. Just wanted to mention that before I get too deep into all of the rest here. Water substation. They are built, and if you press left shift, you turn off all these silly lines, and if you press left control, you just turn off the snapping. But this is the water substation. Pretty neat, right? Doesn't do much. And yeah, it connects to all of these buildings, and it's supposed to be able to supply everything. There's math here. The water tank is 20 cubic meters of water. I don't think that is totally mapped out yet, because you don't need one of these water substations per residential building. Because if you remember, the residential building was talking about 12 cubic meters per day. I don't know what the map is, how many cubic meters are consumed during the day. We can look at all of that once this is all finalized and ready to go. But for right now, I know that one water substation is sufficient here. So I'm going to plot that right here. It covers the whole city for right now, but as you can see, not every building needs it. Every building that needs it is being highlighted here. And I'll show you there's a new overlay that gives you a better idea of how things are supplied. So that one goes right there. Cool, you might say. That's your water substation. Yes. There are all these other buildings, and you can use them. You don't absolutely have to. And I'll show you the first way first, and then I'll show you the second way second, so I don't have to redo everything. Sewage, same thing. You need to have, well, if you use water, you need to also take care of the sewage. The sewage, like once you're backing up your sewage, your health will go down. I saw that there's some warnings already. Haven't experienced exactly what happens, but that's definitely a thing that happens. So here's your sewage tank. I'm going to place it right there because it's a good enough place. And now you can see that it's really helpful if you give yourself a lot of space right in the beginning so you can place all the things that you need to place. So those two are right there. That looks good. What else do we need? Because this is with the loyalty thing, at least build your Red Star monument. And Seraph was complaining about that at the beginning. The monuments, all they do is give you loyalty up to 40%. It doesn't go higher than that. It doesn't matter how many monuments you place. And there are a lot of things that reduce your loyalty. But if you want high loyalty, you need to have a radio station and you need to supply electronics. And it takes a long time for that to be equalized. But one monument is enough for a city of this size, as long as everyone is in range. You can add a couple more, then it increases the effect, or is this a faster effect? But overall, you're not going to get past 40% of loyalty with just monuments. So keep that in mind. Okay, cool, wonderful. We did that. Now what? Well, there is a water substation and a sewage substation. I'm not putting in any pipes right now because I want to show you a couple other things first. One, our technical services has a much bigger role now. It's not just for snowplows anymore. It's also to deliver water to residents or to other places that require it. And I think that is pretty cool. I'm going to place that right here. It doesn't cause pollution, so it's not bad to have that in the city, but there you go. Plopping it right there. But for, well, yeah, no. Let's get this built really quick. So the technical service, it's super expensive, but having it here is absolutely, well, it's not necessary besides snow, because there are other ways to move the stuff around, the sewage and the water. But for right now, this is what I want to do because I want to show you the couple different ways that you can do everything. That's really all. I forgot that we don't have power yet, so let's turn the power on. Otherwise, everyone's just going to run away right away anyways, and I don't want that. Put that one here. Because I am on the branch that I am on, I don't have any mods available, so don't judge me. Put this one there, put this one here. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We're not going to go that big in this republic right now. As you can see, I'm not even accounting really for the rail. I guess the rail can go out here, but it's not my focus today, so don't take this as the best starting situation, ideally. Now, get you over here, so we have our power connected. Then let's turn this one on, as much power as we need. This is just really the basics that you still need and that you will always need to get everything done. Can we speed this up just a little bit? Yep, there we go. This is how far I wanted to get. Cool. So what do we have here? Water pumping station. There's water quality is 100%, but there's no water being moved. This is a new thing. You can change that to see the same data in this well, text form instead of visually, or you can just turn it off. I don't mind this. It's like a nice little water meter. It looks nice. Sewage has the same thing. You can look behind it, and there's how much pollution, and the level height just means how full is it. And as you can see, the sewage tank actually has a, well, there's a tank. There's so much that can go in there. That's pretty awesome. On the water substation, it doesn't have that right away, but I think there's a 20, like it doesn't show you that, but there's a 20 cubic meter water tank in there. So I'm sure it's going to be adjusted that you can actually see it. But there you go. Now, in here, I will have to turn on all vehicles because this is still a problem. Let's do this. Yes, thank you. Turn on all the vehicles because we need the sewage tankers. There we go. There's a sewage truck. Get one of those and a water truck. So one of each to get this working. Otherwise, well, I can show you what I want to show you. But these are new vehicles. I'm sure mods are going to add more. And I'm sure they're going to be added to more stuff in the beginning. Let's see. Sargenta 100. Pivotal, do you think that the very hard start with 1 million rubles is actually feasible with meat import from start, all crime and justice buildings since start the new mechanics of water? The hard start with 1 million ruble is possible if you use mods. It is not possible if you go plain vanilla, which I'm warming up to mods more and more, that it's more an acceptable thing to do. For a while I was always against it, but no, mods are just fine. It's do what you have to do effectively is what I'm saying there. So, let's get this road built because I want to get a couple more things done. Let's turn the grid back on. The grid goes right here, and there's, as you can see, there's a lake over here that I want to use with the technical service over there. Let's see, can we make this a nice 90-degree angle? We can almost get this connected on the correct grid. I don't want to go too much into detail there, but that looks fine. Now, there's a new mechanic in the technical services. This guy, water and sewage, you have to assign them. You assign them exactly the same as your construction office or your distribution office. No, construction office does the same thing, same mechanic. And as you can see, right now I'm hovering over it, and nothing is highlighted. It's only highlighting the rows because it doesn't know where it gets water from. It doesn't know where the sewage should go. I will change that. Let's get a just a sewage loading unloading station. I'm going to put that over here. because this is where I want the sewage to actually go. Let's turn that off. Okay, right there is fine. So the trucks will take stuff out here. Let's just make sure that you can see what I'm talking about, because I don't think it's super easy to understand. We do need all the roads to be done. Good. Pause it. This guy, you need power supply. Got it. And this building has no pipeline connection. Got it. But at this point, I guess, I must have not have something completely built, because now the buildings are highlighted that I can go to. And the trucks can pick up and drop off from the individual buildings. But if you have substations like the sewage or the water substation in the middle, everything goes there or comes from there, so they don't have to go to all buildings individually. But the technical services can cover everything that you see here. Now, I would like the sewage to go here when it's done. And we're not ready yet for that. Because that's just the first part. It's just a building to unload it. And if you want to use the technical services, you have to currently use these loading unloading stations. Otherwise, they have nowhere else to drop it off. Then once you have that, I will add the sewage discharge. I had a lot of issues yesterday placing this, so please bear with me. This is not, I'm sure this is still a work in progress, but you need a relatively sharp edge to get this in, and then it should be relatively happy right away. Go on. There we go. No problem. See? No problems were had. Cool. Yeah, we have this building now. And then just to complete it, let's build a pipe underneath. And this is a pipe that you have to build. But this is helpful for when you have, for example, a more remote village that doesn't have water somewhere. There are tankers already here. I have not seen rail loading and unloading for sewage and for water. So that's not a thing right now, but I'm sure it's going to come. So now this is all connected. You should get built. That looks good. Let's get a quick footpath here. I think almost all of the new water and sewage buildings have footpath connections. And here's something cool. The sewer pipe adds manhole covers like this. It would be nice if they only show up under roads, but that is where they are, and I'm kind of happy with that. You can see where they are now. They don't block any of your construction at this point. That's pretty neat. It looks like they have the same covers over here too for the dumping. But it's pretty nice because you can actually now build the manhole covers under the roads after you build the roads, or the other way around, and you can make the city look pretty cool. And that's pretty nice. And it's all about flow. It's not about. It doesn't feel like there's a length consideration. Maybe there is. There's probably going to be a max length of some sort. But I think once I showed you everything I want to show you, I should be able to build a long pipe connection for right here, and that should be fine. Cool. But we have the sewage here now, and that's just the first part that I wanted to show you. I know I'm babbling on a little bit, but I'm sorry about that. Then small water well. There are a couple water wells we can use. There's a small water well. Produces 70 cubic meters of water per worker. There are no workers in this. Confusing. And then there is this big water well that uses 7 workers. So the small one doesn't use workers. The big one uses workers, and it produces 215 cubic meters of water per worker. So this one can produce a lot. Then there's a surface water outlet. Only costs 700 ruble. Can produce 150 cubic meter of water per day, or per worker. I think it's just label problems there, so that's going to get fixed. But the big difference here is the water wells. When you place them like this, and pollution is shown like your pollution monitoring station that you have in your city sometimes. It will show you different dots of pollution grade. Not every building has pollution, but a lot of the buildings that you have in a city have pollution, so you don't want to put your water well there. You want to put it in an area where there's a lot of green. Makes sense. But this small water well, if you put it out here, has a pollution of source at 4%. The big one has the same one because it effectively takes it from the same source. So there you go. Oh, this one takes heat too. So I think this one takes workers and the other one doesn't. The surface water outflow for $700 compared to almost $9,000 over here, ruble, has a pollution of source at 22%. So you can build this out here, but here's the thing that I'm not sure. This probably doesn't work like City Skyline. City Skyline, if I have a sewage pump right here or drain right here, this lake would eventually fill up with sewage. And I don't think it does. I think there's just a very concentrated area right around the discharge. So if you put it far enough away, your sewage, your water pump will be able to find clear enough water. Let's see if I can place one here. Nope, doesn't want to let me in. But you have to make the decision of how pure do you want your water to start. And that's where we are here right now. Let's see. I'd like to place this one just to show you what it looks like. There you go. Build it. There you go. It's just a little drain like that. But again, it pulls out water that is 22% polluted. So it's not very clean. How clean do you need it? Well, drinking water, as far as I know, they need, well, 15 citizens well drinking water. I don't know what the minimum number is. I have that question out and we can probably figure it out, but I think at least 95%, it may be higher than that. So if you take the water from this well, you should not give it to your citizens right away or straight away. So what do you have to do? Well, there's a water treatment plant. For example, the water treatment small takes 5 workers and water treatment big takes 10 workers. The nice thing about these, if you look at all the numbers, there is no pollution. There is no pollution that's happening from these guys. So all they do is just throw chemicals in the water and make it more drinkable or potable or wherever you're from, whatever they're called. So this is a really cool option for an inner city factory, production chain. Just call it whatever you want, but you can place this in the city and it can take care of things. And I don't know if you can see this, but this also produces sewage. It doesn't produce water, or it doesn't take water, but it does produce sewage, so there's a connection there. I don't think that's very well pointed out yet, because it says max daily water consumption is 0.14 cubic meters per day, but it doesn't tell you that it's just sewage. But you can see here that it wants to connect to the sewage tank over there, so you know that this one produces sewage. So that's fine, and just put it there. Get a footpath connection from here to here to here. And again, I'm not going to go crazy on the grid right now. And maybe put one here. And then that one is connected and we have a water treatment plant. Now this water treatment plant, I don't know if you saw that, it requires chemicals. So if you want to go with highly polluted water in the beginning, it will cost you a lot of chemicals to... Oh, actually, I'm stupid. The consumption at maximum production has 6.5 cubic meters of wastewater. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't think the labels are completed yet, so don't worry about that. Anthony, they added water, they added sewage. When are they gonna add garbage and sanitation? I don't know. So here we are. Now, with this building, there are these towers. These towers can store water. How much water? Well, this much water. They're relatively expensive. I guess 1,000 for the small one. One that's 3 times the size is 4 times the money, 5 times the money almost, and this one is the biggest one, which is cheaper again. They just look different. I don't think the prices are adequate yet. But you can put a reservoir, a water reservoir, anywhere here. It doesn't require much. You can really place it almost anywhere. It just has a footpath connection and that's it. And once you place it, you can store your water in there from your different levels. So I can put one here. The problem if you use these is they are passive storages. And if you remember how this game works, passive storages can neither push nor pull water. There is a chance that once it's full, the water can go out. But to make this work right, you actually need a pump. Otherwise, I think this building, the factory, the treatment plant, is able to just push the water out wherever it needs to go. Or it just has a small internal tank, so once it overflows, it pushes it out, and that's great. But once it gets into this tank, it will need a water pump. So pretty much everything that you have is going to need some type of pump to make the water move around. In this case, I'm going to use the big water pump. It's not super expensive, and I'm actually not going to hook it up yet because I want to show you a couple other things first. But yeah, here's a water pump, and once you place it, let's build this all. It's really just some underground construction. So this is your water reservoir underground, not connected to anything. Cool. And here's a water pump, also again not connected to anything. And that's all fine. I want to see, are you done yet? Are you done? I want to see if this one, yes, it does. So you see all the green and all the, well, you see all the green, right? Yes, you probably do. Those are the places that the technical service can actually connect to now. But we currently don't have a water source anywhere, so we actually have to take care of that. Where should we get water from? Well, our water source is technically out here, but you can't. You're not going to take anything from here. But I want to show you something that we can do. Give me just a road connection, maybe out here. I am trying to build somewhat of a road network that's not super simple, but in the end, I don't care about it that much. So if we get water from here, what should we do with it? Well, let's see. Water loading, unloading station. Yes, please. This looks nice. Where is the water comes in from there? Okay. Put you here. And then again, you need some pipes to move anything around. So this is, I think the surface outflow moves, production is 150. So that's what a pipe needs to do. This pipe is a little smaller than that, so it should just work fine. Underground view, yep, that's good. Get that one built. I'm pretty sure we need some power out here, so let's see who needs power. You need power supply, and you need a power supply. So let's see if we can place one in between here, and then I want to show... So first I want to show you how this looks, how this works when the technical service is hooked up without pipes everywhere. And then I want to show you what you can do with pipes, which are obviously more expensive, but more effective. Get you in there, that looks good. Just one large one of these, come out here, out there, here. Don't worry, I get to all the things. I'll try to touch on everything. I have about 2 hours for this whole stream, so should be able to get everything done that is potentially interesting for anyone. Okay, now technical services. I just need to tell you where the water is, and you can treat it this way. Water is to pick up, sewage is to drop off. So you just need the right corrected places to go to. And now the water tanker is actually gonna go. Let's follow the water tanker, shall we? Ta-da! Water tanker is gonna get something. Let's move a little faster, please. Thank you. Wonderful. And where are you taking it? As you can see, the water doesn't really have a lot of value, and at this point the border posts do not take water for sale or for anything else. Where are you taking it? You are taking it to the water reservoir. No. Oh, to the hospital. Interesting. The hospital would like some water directly donated to you. That's nice. But the water quality is terrible. So 77% is not very good. So that's not great. Over time, so he looks like he's going to several places, just drops off a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. Maybe at this point the water substation does not have a tank, that's why they can't deliver anything here. And that's fine, that could totally happen, it's just the way it is. But that guy's gonna move around, and eventually, oh no, it does. He totally delivered to that station. So I don't know what to make of that. It is early, so I'm assuming there are some label problems here. But yeah, by him dropping off water here, all the residences now have water. But the problem is currently without drinking water. No, is that it? Food, meat, sport, any of that stuff. I don't see... Getting water from there, getting water from here. Water quality is high, sewage. Yeah, so if you set it up this way, it may be a little weird because you can't completely maintain everything. The other way to do it is to actually connect all your pipes correctly. So the first pipe that I want to connect is here. Then connect into any of these, please. There maybe? Nope. Won't let me. Okay, got it. Try that again. Get a better location for this pump. Maybe right here. Flip you. I can add a foot pump to it if I need it. Very good. And again, this is all still early, very early access, so if something doesn't work, don't be shocked. But there you go. That's all connected now. But there's no water in here. So this guy does want water. Oh no, sorry. Oh, I understand why the technical services was assigned to this one. I could see it because it has sewage. It produces sewage over time. And that's what it will pick up. It's not delivering water to it. So I just misunderstood that. There's some sewage being collected here, that's nice. But the tank will not actually go out there to collect anything until it's ready, effectively. So nothing's going to happen there. Maybe I can show you here. Desired water quality, 99% is what you can get out of it. You can also reduce this. I'm sure this just means a lot less chemicals are used over time. Schattensilber, how do you fasten up your game or no? Okay, so that's all that. And okay, for the rest of the water here, I think I'm just going to turn this on for real. So let's get another. No, I'll just do a direct pipe. Makes my life a little easier. Because yeah, the water that's out here is just, it's not a good situation, as you can see. I don't think everyone has. Yeah, citizens are without drinking water. I think people are dying on me, and I don't like that. I think I need a heating plant really quick, just to get that taken care of. Make you far enough away from everything else. This should be good. Now there is pollution happening from this heating plant for the water sources that you may or may not have in this area. So keep all of that in mind when you build these guys. Plop you down here, that looks good. Get me a road connection, that's also adequate. Get me some heating pipe. EE to go up. Over here to do stuff. And then in there, nice angle, beautiful. That can go there. You still need power, otherwise it doesn't work. And I think you also have sewage, actually. You do have a daily water consumption, but this is an industry that can be supplied by the technical services, I'm pretty relatively certain. But we will find out if it doesn't. So just get the energy out here, get one more of these. No, I'm not optimizing anything here, I'm just getting it all to work. You can go in there, you can hop across here, and then you just go right there. Beautiful. Get you built. Then we obviously need a truck to do something with that. Where is my road depot? Road depot, road depot. Road depot is right here. I'll just put it here. But once you have vehicles, you also need a gas station. Without the gas station, you have other problems. So let's put this somewhere here. That looks good. You have power already. That looks nice. Speed you up a little bit. Thank you. Give me a couple buses. These are just buses for the heating plant, so this should be fine. Just two of you, one here and one here. Start, assign a new bus. Cool. Tell you to space, and then we should have enough. Enough heat coming in at least. Yes, purchase coal. Thank you. So, what are you doing? You're going out here to pick up some water, and then you're supposed to go to the cinema and other places. I'm certain. But yeah, water quality. I guess so. There's a little bit of water consumption here. I just don't see how much water they currently have available. That's a little confusing. Maybe we can look at the new overlays. There's this overlay, and this makes a little more sense when you turn it into the underground bar. But there's no pressure coming in here right now, which means there's no water coming through. Water flow in general, nothing, because there's no water being produced over here. That makes sense. Sewage flow, same thing. There's nothing happening right now. As you can see, the technical services can drive over all of this. Just not quite certain why some of these buildings still think that they don't have what they need. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's go back to turning this pipe, or taking this pipe and connecting it to the main system where we actually wanna use to produce our water. Let's see. We can connect. Current depth is fine. This pipe would complain if you try to go uphill, so keep that in mind. But it doesn't, so we can actually make this work. Let's get it built. Thank you. Everything is built, and buildings without drinking water. Yes, you don't have drinking water because you are supposed to produce the drinking water. What's the problem here? Working without issues. Is that pipe not connected right? No, the pipe looks connected just fine. Where's my overlay? Oh, there's a new button up here. Always show the overlay. That's pretty nice, but yeah, what's our pressure? What's our flow? There's no flow going through here. So I don't know if that means it's just too full or if there's another problem, but we can just add a pump in between here. This is an area where I'm a little nervous that it will require too much building and then destroying, so I hope Peter addresses this before we get to that point. I'm sure he will, but for right now, I just don't know where I need a pump and where I don't need a pump, and it's a little, can get a little frustrating really fast. Let's see. Yeah, now it's getting water, so all it took, I suppose. There's our overlay, and then you can leave it on even when you close off or turn off the overlay. And there you go. There's the water production, and now everyone is getting water, everyone is happy. Beautiful, isn't it? Which also means the quality of the water that they get, down there, water quality, 80%. So what's happening is they had some water, but the water came from here. The water quality that comes out of this is only at 77%. That's pretty bad. But I'm telling the treatment plant to turn it into 99% good water. So the water that's in here is pretty much 100% quality, but it's currently not producing enough to fill up this reservoir at this point. But that's fine. But what it should do is pump this sewage tank full pretty fast. Where is you? Here you go. So he just dumped it out, and that's where the sewage goes, right in here. That is supposed to cause pollution in this lake, but I honestly don't know. Again, that's what I was talking about earlier. I don't know how that spreads out and how that affects everything else. But that's fine for now. Again, overlay is still on, makes it really easy to see what's going on and what's not. There's another new overlay, which you may care about, city planning overlay. If you look at food, it will tell you all the buildings that currently have food. There's a light green in here, and this just means from all of these places, or all of these places can reach food. That also includes the bus stop. Meat, clothes, electronics, all the same thing. Everyone can get right here, and it also gives you a little icon of telling you where they can achieve the stuff. Alcohol, nobody. Culture, everyone. The culture is right here. Sport, over here, and then probably in other places too. The church, hospital, like all the different places are now highlighted a little different. There's university is not a thing. Electricity gives you a better overview of who has it and who doesn't. Heat, same thing. Water, everyone that needs it should have it. And sewage, everyone that needs it should also be green. That's pretty straightforward. Again, it always tells you all the current connections or the current sources, so that's pretty neat. And again, you can leave your overlay on, so then you can find the places that don't have it and then just add whatever you need for them. Pretty nice, pretty neat, right? Great. What are we doing here? We have heat now, we're producing all the things, and people are relatively happy. Workers can't work due to sickness, so I'm assuming this has a lot to do with what your water quality is, and this is one of the things that I'm pretty sure is going to get tweaked, because I wouldn't be surprised if the water quality impact right now is just too high. 44%. I don't know if that was because I didn't have heat right away, or if it's because we didn't have water right away, or because the water quality was only in the 80% mark. It's really hard to tell for me, so I don't know. We'll see what it is. What do we have here? You are producing 40 cubic meters of water a day. I would like to know how much cubic meters of water we're consuming a day. So let's see if we can see that. It's really only saying 3. 3 go through here, and there's 3 here. I think this was potentially is also one of the bugs that Peter already mentioned to us, that it can't fill the tanks correctly. So yeah, it's fine. We're only consuming 3, but this one is supposed to be able to produce 40 with all the workers, but also, average productivity, only 30%. So 40 times a third is about 13 and a half, 13 and a little bit, and it's still more than what we have, but it's fine. It's just water happening. So as you can see, my sewage is actually not needing anything else besides one sewage tank every once in a while to take stuff to the sewer discharge over here. But that's working. But this is not everything. So at some point, and I'm sure this will be explained or done better down the road, there are different sewage treatment mills. There's this one. Effectively, there is sewage coming out, and there's a little less sewage coming out on the other end. I don't know what the plan is for this one. I think I'm a little excited for it because technically right now you could treat your sewage before it goes back into the water, and then you can pull it out of the water. But the pollution of source is already about the same. Like there's nothing really changes if I have a lot of pollution running here. Maybe over time that's different, but for right now I haven't seen a real reason for the sewage treatment plant, but it's there. And there's also a huge one for that. Same reasons, just a lot of stuff going on here, and this pollution plant will pollute your area a little bit, so you have to be aware of that. But it will be pretty easy to build this. I'm building the big one just because it's probably nicer to look at. Then go to your sewage pipe, get rid of this connection here because we will need that. Get your large pipe over to here, and then get your output. Where are you going? I'd like to go there. Requires proper slope. So here is one of the slope problems that you may run into if you are trying to go uphill or similar. Building in the way, there's no building there. And there you go, now we're connected. So now the sewage that comes out of here, instead of being really dirty, you can now say, well, I want the water quality to be at 85% instead of, what was it, 50% when it comes out of here? Let's see, sewage is at, yeah, sewage pollution is 52%. So, it's better for the environment, and I'm sure long-term, for the game itself and also for your gameplay, this is going to have a much bigger impact. But for right now, it doesn't feel like it does anything. But again, this is just the early phase of this next update. I'm sure there's going to be a reason for using these. I would like to be able, well, I don't know what to do with it, but you're just helping the environment not to get too polluted. I wouldn't be surprised if the pollution itself is not really fully implemented at this point. Let's see if I can get one of those monitoring stations right out here, and if it tells me a different story. I don't think it does yet. Yeah, no. Everything is relatively green, even though the water is 40% dirty, or 22% dirty, but that's fine. So yeah, we have all of this, and as you can see, you need chemicals for almost everything, and chemicals are expensive. For example, this large sewage treatment plant currently uses 0.6 tons of chemicals at maximum production. It probably takes a large city or several large cities to require the maximum production, but it is some. There's a pretty good amount right here, so it's not nothing. How much is that if you want to compare it? Well, if you look at your chemical production, it only produces 0.81 tons of chemicals per workday at maximum production. So each of these treatment plants requires almost one full chemical plant to work. The small one over here requires, or could be used for 3 chemical plants if you run at 100% production. I'm just saying that there is a chance to have chemicals could get really expensive really fast. Okay. I wonder, will the chemical output of the chemical plant be increased? Maybe. Maybe. So yeah, we have all of this pretty much working the way it needs to go. It feels like for the water, you do want pipes to bring the water in, but for the sewage, technical service can be enough. And then, as you can probably imagine, I can just throw a bunch of pipes in here, and then I don't need the trucks anymore. The pipes will be nice just because the look, and I'll show you that again because I only mentioned that earlier. As you can see here, underneath is a big sewage pipe, but above we could make manholes. See that? I just built into the road, and I don't know, make it look the way they look, and that's pretty neat. Cool. What can we do now? How about? Yes, let's do this. Distribution office. Where is one? Over here. We're getting to the point where I want to show you the different road mechanics or traffic management mechanics that we have now. distribution office, give me the medium one because that's how I roll. Let's put, sure, let's put one right there. And then let's give me a warehouse, just for funsies, right here. And, yeah, sure, just right there is fine. So, if I get a couple trucks out here, just get a couple covered halts, yes, just the big ones, really doesn't matter what they are, and just tell them to do something. They do exactly what you expect them to do. So load here, bring it out there, that looks good, unload, cool. And just building the power supply, don't care because it's only for power. They go, and they drive, and now there's traffic. I should probably add a couple more. Actually, let's give me a couple small ones because it's more traffic. As you can see, there's traffic now. Pretty simple. And it's running, but you can probably imagine eventually there's going to be a lot of traffic here. Where do they go when they're done? They want to go through the city. Do you want them to go through the city? I don't. So what we can do is use our new stuff. How do we use that? Well, down here where you had your place waypoints icon, there are new icons now that you can use. There is this, the old one, then place road sign for end of all restrictions, and everything else goes right in here. I would think these are all editable at some point. For example, the speed limit only does 70 right now, road sign only says 7 tons, and so on and so forth. But the thing that you want to start with is probably no heavy goods vehicles. And there's another one, no heavy goods vehicles other than supply. But if you're not supplying the city, we don't need you. So maybe at the beginning of the city on that side and on the beginning of the city on this side, we just place that signal. And I wonder when the trucks are going to accept that, because I played with this yesterday, and here, there you go, that's the first truck. So once they get new instructions and they're not already en route, they get the new behavior. So now the trucks will go around the city instead of through the city. Isn't that nice? That's just the first part. Surprised if they're all still running there, but yeah. They're going to take the other roads that you dedicate for them. And you can do whatever you want. For example, no motor vehicles. But nobody can drive anymore. If you do that though, then at some point the game will just say, what do you want me to do now? As in, trucks may just stop existing altogether. For example, that bus. The bus will not know where to go, I don't think. Okay, you're trying to go around. Let's see where you're going. So currently there's no way to get to the bus stop right here. So are you going to stop? Are you going to stop? Yep. It's just going to say, I don't know what to do, and it's essentially blocked. Why can this one still go through here? Maybe small vehicles are not affected by the large truck ban. That is very possible. I don't know. What's the sign look like? Just says a truck, but it's just a thing. You can play with it, and I'm not a professional at this. I don't exactly know what's good or what's bad about it, but it's totally working. And obviously there are all these other signals or signs that you can use. So I'll just turn that one off. Just double clicking on it will turn it off. That's pretty neat. The next thing, for example, over here. When you click on it now, this is the traffic management system that you get. There are 3 points, and then you can say, hey, I would like to just use priority system. And in this case, is this really the main road that I want to care about? Or is this the main road that I want to care about? You can change it that way. And then you have stop signs. You just click on these stop signs, main road, or yield signs. That's pretty nice. You can do the same thing with the traffic lights. You still have to define which one your main roads are, just because one says, and then you can just say here, 2 with 1 active lane. You can generate your traffic light cycles here. There's one cycle at 10 seconds, and there are 2, or the main road is going to be green, or you can generate them that only one of the lights is green at a time, so you don't have to do it manually. You can also manually add them, and then if you want to, you can change the cycle to whatever you need to do. And this is up to 60, just the way it works, and it seems fine. And then you go from there, and yeah, it's neat. And that's what it looks like when it's done. Pretty cool, huh? The signal, they have all of this going on, and then once I have a truck that comes out here, which I don't think I will, unless I get rid of this road. I want to show you something, because I don't think I've seen that detail before. That truck, there, it's blinking. I don't know if it was new or old. Probably someone's going to tell me it's old, and that's fine, but I've never seen that detail before. Actually, turn signals are there, and now I can look at it, and it looks nice. And they're parking at the red light, because that makes sense. And they're doing the things that they need to do. I really think these small vehicles are not affected by the truck ban, which honestly feels nice, because now the smaller vehicles may have a reason, a bigger reason to exist. That's nice. I haven't placed one of these signs yet. I don't honestly know what it does. Can I name you? Area is not defined correctly. Show the position next road sign. Oh! Okay, let's try it. How about to here? Speed limit inside area. So this is nice. This is a European thing. I thought it was just Germany, but maybe it's everywhere. But within the city, you can't drive any faster than that. So it just automatically set all the signs up for you. That's pretty neat. Can I... yeah, there's not much else happening. It's just a sign that goes in there. That's pretty neat. And then all the other signs, honestly, play with it when you get a chance. There's a lot going on. You can place normal crossroads right here. By clicking multiple times, it changes the priority road. That's pretty neat. You can do this for everything when you need it. Most cities probably won't require this, but once you have a city that actually needs it, it'll make life a lot easier, because they actually really accept whatever you decide here. Then there's one cool feature I played with yesterday that I didn't understand for the longest time, but you can change the junction size. So right now the junction is right here, this node. And it just takes this road, this road, this road, and this road. And that's what's coming in. You could expand this junction to say, well, I don't want cars to wait in the middle of the junction. So you just expand it and add another node. Now this junction has 5 roads that you have to worry about, but this middle piece is effectively left clear when you do this. And then I'm just adjusting what my main roads are, what I want to worry about. And in this case, I want number 5. You can. It's pretty easy to go with the numbers to tell you what you want. But yeah, all of these can go through, and now nobody is going to park in the middle of the junction here. Or if there's someone in the middle of the junction, nobody else is going to enter the road, so the road should be blocked less. And that's pretty nice. You can save this, and then life is good. And if you zoom in, it has the correct signs, and it looks really pretty. And I'm excited about that. I don't know if I said that before. I don't have fire trucks here. That can't be good. Give me something. Do I still have workers? I effectively killed all the Republic. I don't know how. I didn't try to kill them, but apparently we did. Traffic lights over here. They seem to work and do their thing. And as far as I know, and that's probably wrong, but the signs that you place only are true until the next node, which could happen really quick or could happen really slowly. Let's see, can I place a signal here and do something with you? That'd be nice. Yeah, I can't change it right now, so it's just set to 70. I would assume they will do minimum speed limit. Oh, that's nice. I would assume they do something to let you adjust these numbers at some point. It's just not right now. No pedestrians. Ooh, that's pretty. But no, as you can see, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. There's a 30 zone to here. I don't know why we would want to have a 30 zone, but we have a 30 zone, so there you go. Those are the roads. What else do I need? Again, I'm losing my whole Republic, or all the citizens that were here. I don't know why. I haven't played with it for long enough. I'm sure there are many reasons. What do we have here? Let's just invite more people. At this point, the problem is probably more due to I don't have enough workers to keep everything staffed, and that's a problem. But it could have been many different reasons. And this is going to take time to figure out for all of us to do it correctly, because loyalty, I still know people have problems with loyalty today. Just the new mechanics. How do you get more loyalty? How do you get more happiness? All that stuff. And it will just take time, and I don't see that as a problem at all. That's just something nice, honestly. All these guys are good. Passengers waiting. Yep, they can all do their thing over there. All the buses, for some reason, are now taking the outside route. Maybe because I slowed down the road on the inside here. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's... I'm surprised how little we got in the time that I've been playing this. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Can we actually turn the destination building up to 100% so that we don't have to worry about it? Let's read the chat and see if we have any questions that I can actually answer. Does it replace nodes? There was a thing that made it look like nodes. I don't know. I would think that's a mod that probably comes in really fast. That lets you replace nodes or move nodes around at least, which probably would be pretty cool. Because that would mean you can actually make everything really, really straight. So we'll see. Hardcore Silence player will love that traffic management for sure. Yes, it's just you create your own traffic in this game, so managing that means you actually have to overload it first. But that's not a bad thing. I like it. I like that there's the option. So yeah, that's cool. What is your problem? No power supply. Some vehicles are without fuel. You have fuel right there. Why don't you go there? Why don't you fuel up over... Oh, because I don't let you in there. That's funny. That's very funny. So yeah, I say here, no trucks, which means they can't get out to the gas station, but now you can. There you go. Yeah. So once you play with signals, you may still break things. They're free to place, but they don't mean that everything will just work right away. So that's pretty neat. Can I... Honestly, these should probably just go out and then get tasks right away. So let's just follow these for a little while, see what happens. I like it. Look at all the signs that I placed. I'm pretty happy about that. So all traffic management there, will there be car accidents now? I don't think so. Enot, roundabout now works properly, is nodes removed by science. Check it out. Let's build a roundabout. For that we need first a grid. How about that? Let's do a 4x4. How about that? So 2 there, 2 there. I'm gonna do it the same way that I'll build it in City Skyline. So I hope this works. You don't want to be there. You can go there, and you can go there. So now this is exactly 2x2. That totally didn't work. I think what it's telling me is 2 is too close. So let's try 3 nodes. Don't know why that direction doesn't work, but there you go. Still no. 4? I'm going to test this because I'm curious. Can you... Oh, I'm an idiot. Because... no, I'm not that much of an idiot yet. So from node 3 to node 3, yeah, you don't... I was hoping I'm being clever here. I'm not clever, it's just... It doesn't work the way that I expected it to work. Yeah, no. Okay, forget that I did this. And we'll try it a little more old school way. Give me a straight piece of 2. Then give me a nice roundabout. Something like this is fine. Then let's take away this stuff and get back to the road. And hopefully, how round is this? Let's turn this off. This is acceptable, right? So here's the nodes. When you press H, you can see all the nodes on the roundabout. There you go. Now, I think if you want a pretty looking roundabout, you will still have to be a little tricky. But there's that. Now I want to see what the nodes are happening here. So, in a roundabout, you will be able to expand. Could be able. Oh, here, this is what I need. Modify junction. You can expand the whole thing together, and then you just have. Well, yeah, I think this can work because all of these signals. Aw, it won't let me. Actually, sorry, I'm an idiot. This is how a real roundabout needs to work. Everyone should yield to what's inside the roundabout, but it's not quite what I wanted to do. I crashed it. That's not surprising. Let me get back to the game. I have no idea what the save was, but it's fine. Don't panic. It's okay. I get back to the game. Did I mention? No, I probably didn't mention. One of Peter's hints was do not activate this on your current saves. He knows it's not stable enough to let it go to everyone else, and I'm not trying to break the game. I was just trying to see what the roundabout would do there. Okay, so you are complaining over here. Where are my signs? Where are all my signs? Yeah, that's fine. This one probably has to go away. That sign can go away, then that can go in there. Cool. Try that again. So asphalt road, yes. F1, cool. Too long. Over there. That looks good. Then remove this piece. That looks not well. Yeah, this piece looks a little bit not perfectly round, but I think I'll be okay. So now we place all of that. And age is telling me all of these nodes exist now, so well, that is what it is. Now we pull this one out and this one out. Yeah, this is nowhere near perfect. I think you can make this a lot better. But I would like to know if I can make the inside of this a priority road now. So let's see. Oh, you can. You can like that. So now, yeah, now the roundabout should totally work. What I didn't do is turn this into a one-way, because that's how a roundabout works. And let's see. It's funny that it actually considers the other thing, but yeah, you can set it up this way. I think the signals are not, or the signs are not perfect, but this should totally work. So yeah, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't work. But because it's a roundabout, it looks like we didn't get any signs set up. That's fine. Do you think anyone is gonna take the roundabout for whatever reason? We can probably force it. Let's force it. Let's definitely force it. Take this piece of road out. Cool. Alright, what else do we have? Then a month ago, they issued a community report talking about Subway's Metro, but it seems this feature just disappeared. Nope, they're still talking about it, it's just a different feature. There's a lot of features in the works at all times, so I'm pretty sure it's still coming, so don't worry about that. 30 zone, right-hand rule, year to cars coming to your right automatically applied, maybe? Potentially. Very, very possible. I don't know. I'd expected more in May. Nice. This game has long exceeded my expectations. Indeed. It keeps on growing and going and giving and all those other things. Yes. So, that's... I'm forgetting something. Let me think. I don't think I'm forgetting much. Just getting this water set up correct on everything is going to take a little bit of work. You can use trucks. Let's see here if I can do... Let's see if I can do this. Water. I want one water truck to go from... Well, technically go from here, but we now don't have any connection, but we can get one. There is a water switch. Looks like this. F3 should let me see a little more. That we can actually split out the water production. So I want one definitely here. I want one to go in there and one to go in there. I don't know if the switch is able to push the water through. Doesn't look like you are. You're pulling, you're not pulling. No, there's water going through here. So I'm not sure if that overlay is correct. Weird. Anyway, no, it looks fine. I don't know. What's something going on? But now, F3. Where's my water tanker? Is it this one? Bring it to the water pump substation. That's interesting. So the problem here is, at some point, you may be unloading water where the water quality is not great. So this guy's actually currently just picking up some water from the lake, effectively. And this water quality is not great. So let's see where you're going to take it. Wait, while you take it. There you go. So you come out here, and then what do? You drop it into this one, I think. I'm expecting the water quality to go from 100% to less than 100%, but let's see what happens. The amount that it dropped off wasn't a big enough issue, but yeah. So what you have to watch out for eventually is that the quality of your water needs to be adequate for what you want to use it for. For residential and food production, you need pretty high. So food production, you need 97%. Maybe for residential, you always need 98%. Always 97% or more. So you can set up different production chains for different things that you just get the right amount of water quality. For example, even construction, the concrete plant only requires 55% water quality. I don't know how to get it that low yet, but that means you can effectively just throw it right next to a lake and just pump the water right out, and you don't have to worry about it. It's a pretty cheap pump, so life is pretty good there. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. You is what I wanted. I wanted you to go out here and bring water to here. Great, go. So that's the first thing. The next thing, oh, this water tank is full. So I think this is telling me that this guy does not push water and this guy does not pull water. So we need a pump in between. Pretty much, it feels like all connections need a water pump, which does not feel terrible. It's just the way that this is set up. So let's get that one connected somehow. Get me a water pump, just a simple one. Right there, get me a water pipe. And a water pipe. Cool. And now, I'm expecting this to slowly fill up. Because this one should slowly empty. The problem here? Nope. I don't know. I expect that this one can produce enough water for the whole Republic, but maybe there are some other things that are not working yet. Processing water, 27 per day. That's neat. And yeah, the production is really high. I don't know. Feels like this is less. There's less water here now. So that's all running. Maybe I can add a second pump. Can I add a second pump here? F3. There is another output on that side, but there's one here. Let's try this. Go from there to there, and then from there to there. Yeah, that's totally what I wanted. Are you filling up now? Are you emptying now? You're definitely emptying faster, but I don't know that this one is filling up yet. So there's probably some bottomless pit somewhere in this setup. Or we're just not producing enough water. That's totally possible too. Or we're not entering or bringing in enough water at a time either. That's very possible. Why is this one? This is really low. Yeah, that makes me think that this guy over here is just not producing enough. But those are all things that we can figure out down the road. I'm not terribly worried about that at all. That's just what it is right now. Let's see what else is in here. Collect constant bucket of sewage. I am currently, yes. So that's what this one is. But you're full, and there's a sewage guy to go pick it up. So probably not good that this one is full, and I don't know why it was full in the first place. Probably the sewage guy was. Oh, look at how fast this fills up. And this was one of the things that I saw, that after a while, if you do it this way, if you have a thriving Republic, your technical services is very busy on sewage. As you can see, that is full again. I would expect one of you guys already be on the way out here, but no. So at some point, it's not enough to use technical services for any size of town, really. Why? Oh, this one's full. That's the problem. Okay, let's turn that guy on. Give me... I really like this bus. Just give me 2 of those. Stop here and go out here. Go share with you. Run. Line spacing. Turn that on. Very good. And then see how this goes. Oh, you want to get gas first. That's beautiful. They come out here. You're taking a long way around for some reason. And then we should be able... Ambulance has not arrived, that's fine, we don't have an ambulance. Then we should be able to see a lot more sewage tankers do something over here. Where did you guys go? Oh, you're going out here. Yeah, so everything is kind of full of sewage. Yeah, there's 108% on the level. So it matters, and it can overwhelm you really fast. So for a city this size, I may already be on the limits of what a technical service can do. And this is how you add traffic to your city, and also how you add more technical services if you choose to not use pipes, which is a decision that you can make. But I would probably only use the sewage for a smaller city, and it looks like the water you still want to pump in. It didn't seem like a technical service can take care of a lot of water stops, so that may be just a thing that we have to live with. Otherwise, you're just wasting a lot of fuel instead of building a pipe. That's really the main trade-off here, but that's fine. Citizen self is low. Yeah, that's probably fine. Crimes were not. I don't even police set up anywhere. Drinking water. That's not good. Where's my drinking water? I think the problem is that this thing is just too small. So, wait, is it too small, or do we get too much water in? It feels like we're not getting enough water delivered, and that's fine. That we can fix. Let's get a small water well. We get 2 of you. You do need power, so 1, 2. It's funny that they are polluting themselves, but that's fine. So 3 of these. I would like all of you to feed into some water reservoir. There's 1, 2. So you 2. And then flip this one. I know it's probably hard to see what I'm doing right now, but I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to combine these, and there's no combiner yet at this point, and that's fine. You go there. You go there. Those should work without a pump. This one's not going to work without a pump, so I have to remember that. Pumping station right in between you. Probably not going to be enough room to build anything. Sorry about that. Come out here then. Actually, just come out here if you're already there. Then you can connect there. Very good. You can connect here, and you can connect here. And now just one more big pump, probably. Right here. Then we can use or connect to this pipe as well, and then we should be pretty golden, hopefully, on the amount of water that we get out of here. Nope, you don't want to be connected to that one. That is not surprising though. I saw that happening before I released my mouse, but then I still released my mouse. Okay. Now, do we have enough water? Now we have water coming in there, and it looks like we are able to produce something, but this one's still not filling up. So now we have more water than what we can, or what we know what to do with, which just means a bigger water treatment plant. Water treatment big. Yes. T for flipping. And see if this works. We should be able to connect to all of this, so let's just try. And again, this is min-maxing at some point where you just have to figure out, can you do the thing that you want to do, or is it never going to work? So that one goes in there. That one cannot connect anywhere here, simply because I already took the extra pipe connection out of here. That doesn't really help. And then, yeah, all of these pipes also have a flow rate, or how much they can actually move. Very pretty. Perfect. F3. Is anyone working here? Some people are working there. I think we can have a couple extra workers in this area, like so. Cool. And now, I'm hoping that this one slowly fills up. That looks good. And I'm hoping that these people do not complain about water anymore. That looks good. Water quality is 99%. That is fine. And now, it really just all depends on how you set everything up. But now we're producing enough water. Wonderful. These guys are all doing how much per production per water. Don't tell me anything. that's very unhelpful. But, oh, there we go. You produce 20 cubic meters of water a day, and I think you can see that same here. So 30 is produced over there, 30 goes through here. Then over here we only got 1, which is nice because that means we don't have all the crappy food going, not the crappy food, but the crappy stuff going through there. There's no sewage in here, so that means this is currently not pumping anything through. So, but overall, this all seems to work, and that's what I really wanted. Now I show that, and we have a lot of water saved up over here, so your water reservoir is actually useful. I'm really confused to see this, because it looks like... Yeah, I don't know what to do with this beaker. Does this tell me the water quality or how much water is in the tank? Because I see how much water is in the tank and the quality up here. So it's a little confusing. Water flow, fine. Output 1, output 2. I haven't figured out what to do with the pressure gauge yet, but that's probably okay. Let's follow this guy around for a little while. What time is it? It is an hour 34. I got pretty far with everything that I wanted to do here, so that's pretty nice. Truck on the roundabout. Your water pressure looks really low. Yeah, I don't know how to change that yet. There was nothing. I tried the water tower, but the water tower also didn't add any water pressure, and there's nothing else that can add pressure besides a water pump. But even after the water pump, it doesn't look like there's a big difference. And yeah, well, it's probably something to figure out. Just finagle things together, and then eventually we'll know what we need to do. Yes, Cajun Comrade, the water towers are just another water store. They're just storing them differently. And they're smaller, actually. And the prices, honestly, don't feel right yet. I mean, look at this. The small water tower is 2,000 ruble. The big water tower is 14,000 ruble. And the water underground reservoir is 10,000. But this one has 500 cubic meters, this one has 300 cubic meters, and this one has 700 cubic meters. So it's really hard to figure out what the pricing is, why it's different. It's fine that it's different. I don't mind it, but it's not quite clear why things are the way they are. Let's just build one of these because it's pretty. Ooh, water tower. Cool. Yeah. What else do we have? There's no source quality on welds. There is. This one has 6% right there, and it's only 6% because I put 3 really close next to each other. If you place them by themselves, they're usually 4 to 5%. But the small water welds do not require workers. The bigger one does require workers, so that's an interesting... I think it's an interesting thing. Here's the bigger one. When I have that built, it should tell me that it requires workers. There you go. Needs 7 workers to do anything, otherwise it doesn't do anything. The small ones don't need that, but I think they produce about 1/3 of the water that comes out here. But I don't know. Oh, different bars but different outputs. That's interesting. I wonder. There has to be something about these bars that I'm missing completely that will make the game even more complicated down the road, but I don't know what that is yet. How many meters does a sewage and water station reach? See. Oh, there's a fire. Oh no. Oh no, not a fire. Okay. How many meters do you reach? Let's see and find out. Give me a building that actually needs sewage. 250, 260 it looks like. Just in that range. And I'm assuming water is very similar. Come on, water. Yeah, water is just about the same. 250, seems like. There's no source quality. Is there a reason to put water storage towers on a hill, gain pressure without pumps? So far, it doesn't look like it mattered where the water was stored. I tried that with the water tower, but it didn't seem to do anything. So, I don't know. It eludes me so far, but I'm sure at some point it's gonna matter. Maybe it's more for a really hilly map. I don't know. I do know that you cannot lay pipe uphill. It will tell you it's a wrong angle, but it's not very complicated. And you have these sewer pumps that effectively, I'll just place one so you can see it, that are effectively just there's sewage coming in on the bottom and then going out again on the top, and that's how you lay the pipe here. And it makes perfect sense. But it doesn't make it very complicated to move your liquids around anywhere, so it's pretty nice. Is there a reason for the water? No, jerk. I'm building a track in game. Okay, very interesting. Cool. Yeah, Any questions? I'll give you a few seconds to ask anything that you want to ask. Otherwise, this is what I wanted to show you. I hope it gets some people excited, and I hope it gets other people at least something. I don't know. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to come up. I don't know if this will be able to run on your existing maps or on your existing saves. I would think maybe if your map is not too big, but I would think if you already have a very developed, huge republic, that this will be a huge pain in the butt to retrofit everything. And I don't know if that's worth going through there. But we have a lot more tools now to do things. Either to do things, to organize things, to manage things, or to make things more complicated. And that's pretty exciting in my mind. Is water wet? No. I tried it, didn't feel it. Did we cover the new overlay already? Sorry, jointly. Yeah, I covered it briefly, but someone said in the comments that having the always show on is already there. This one's the only new one, probably, that you can now see what buildings have food and where they get it from. Meat, clothes, and electronics, same thing, and then you can see what buildings can get culture and where they get it from. University, same thing. Electricity shows you the same thing. I think he's going to update the colors a little bit because they're not as easy to see, but it's fine. Heating, same thing. Water and sewage, like all of these will give you the overlays. I think that's the main difference. All the other things are pretty much the same. But yeah, these buildings, the treatment plants can be within the city now, but they may require a lot of chemicals. Let's see how much chemicals this thing goes through over time. Not full of water. Well, it is, but not really. Let's empty this. Yes, empty the storage and see. Yeah. It goes through a lot of chemicals right away. That's pretty scary, that you have to buy these now at the beginning or produce them really, really fast. But at least it gives a new production requirement for chemicals now. Because you're going to use this consistently throughout your whole republic all the time. And not just for the couple jobs that you have there on the side. But now we're probably going to have electronics and chemicals that require a lot of workers, a lot of workforce that we won't be exporting anymore, which are both very highly priced items, which I think is cool because, again, it's going to change the game. That's awesome. More complications, more fun. JMT will be a huge overhaul for existing cities. Yes, I'll be interested to see how many people can make their old games work, because I'm not sure, I'm not convinced that you can. AMT, when will this be out for the masses? I missed out on that info I've said earlier. I don't know. Peter just released it for some internal testers yesterday, and it's not even on the internal beta branch. It is on a very different secret branch somewhere. So a little while, but it feels very playable to me. Honestly, I only had one crash here while I was playing, and that's a pretty good sign in my mind. Mulberry. I'm wondering how much height will play in building cities, as well as building them proximity to water in the future. Yes, height will matter. I'll just do this and show you that by default you can no longer build uphill. Let's see, where's the thing that matters? Yeah, big water tower up here. Put this up here. This is pretty clearly up the hill from where the pumps are. And if I tell this guy now to build a pump, oh, this one actually works. Oh, is it just sewage that has problems with this? Oh, hold on. This doesn't mean that there's actually something happening here. Yeah, the source is not sending anything because you can't pump up the hill like this. But I thought it would tell you something. I think the overlay... Yeah, the overlay is telling you all of these pipes are fine, but this pipe is not moving because it doesn't know what to do with it. Maybe it's just a sewage pipe that tells me that I can only go downhill and not uphill. Possible, but this one should tell me that as well. Again, small bug that's probably fixable, just some values that we need there. But to make this work, you need another pump and then move things around. Like a lot of parts in this game where you just need an engine to move anything. Overlay. You're not sending anything still. You are... Oh, you have out power supply. That makes sense. Get you over here. Hope that you don't catch fire because I'm not going to put it out. Now. Ah, there we go. Pipes are green. So now we know it's working. And it's actually getting some water. Now pressure. Output 1 versus output 2. Which one is output 1? What? Let's just look at the pressure. Water flow, water pressure. Yeah, this one's really high water pressure, so I'm guessing this is 6. Again, I don't know what this means in terms of the game. It's the pipe's not going to break. So does it just mean it can't move any more water than what it moves right now already up the hill? Or what does it mean? It's just... I don't know. Well, we're going to figure it out together, probably, eventually. I'm totally fine with that. But, yeah. Okay, turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. Great. What else do we have? Dakota. Random and not necessarily related, but you have sort of camera mod. I know how to hide the eye, but when I follow vehicles, the camera doesn't rotate neatly. No, you just click on the vehicle, click on the eye icon, and then up here, you dynamic follow camera is the next one, is this one. Then first person camera is this one, and then this is a regular one where you just move the camera yourself. They're just 3 different versions, not a mod. Cool. Some water. JMT, try to have a reservoir without a pump in between the tower and water source. Reservoir without a pump between the tower and water source. The reservoir itself is just a large storage. It doesn't do anything, and that's what the tower is. The tower is a reservoir. So, that's all there. Limey, when do you get to try this out ourselves? Just answered. I guess those water sources have a pump integrated. Yeah, they seem to do... Well, not necessarily, because there's an export tank again, and when this one is full, it maybe just starts flowing. Really hard to say. I really don't know. This one was the same thing, it just looked like it was dripping out, but also then eventually I figured out that this one was not producing enough. So, there was that. But you're full right now. You are relatively full, but yeah. It's going to be some math involved in doing this optimally, and it's going to be more easy to just do it correctly, if that makes sense. I'm happy with that. Vivaro, 6 bars should be the pressure of 50 meter up. Yeah. So maybe it can max send to a source that's 50 meter above. It's possible? It's possible? I mean, he did talk about that we're going to look at this more. So this... Excuse me. This source is 22 meters. This tower right now is just 25 meters above it. There's 85 meters here. I don't know, maybe it matters. Show bridge... Ooh, this seems new. Show bridge pillar distances. Show measurement properties. Oh, I don't know. So from there to there, it's an elevation profile pedestrians can do, road, rail, yeah, that's all fine. Elevation change, 60 meters. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, put another tower up here. We'll see what happens. And then put something on in here. F3 please. Get rid of this piece of pipe. Thank you. Then you just come all the way out here. Build it. I know this is not going to push water out there right away. It's just... Yeah. See what it does. Doesn't do anything. So adding the pipe in between now. And I'm going to add the pipe in a place where we already have power. So we don't have to worry about that. Sorry, pump. Not pipe. Put you there. There and there. That's 6 bar. Yeah, it's just the first piece that has problems. The second piece is not. I don't know. Let's figure this out over time. I don't know what to do with that. There's bars over here too. They're yellow instead of green. That seems a little ominous, but should be fine. Yeah. What else do we have here? JMT, that could be, have to go lower with tower and even higher. Yeah. Does water tower have a separate outflow? Yeah. It has two. There are two flows per tower or per storage unit. So there's out, there's out, there's in. Yeah, can make it look really pretty probably. Agent Comrade, does the water tower have a separate outflow? Yes, I just said that. Great. No, I just said that, but I just read that. A well in the highest point than a tower, lower and lower than a tower year distribution point should work without pumps. Yeah, technically water wants to flow down, but practically in this game, I don't know that I need a pump everywhere. Actually, so the water flows into these guys pretty much for free. Okay, let's test something. Here's something I can test. F3 for now. I want the water well, just the regular one. Obviously, I want one right here and one right here. And then give me a tower. One right here. I think you can see what I'm trying to do. And one right here. I would argue that these are relatively speaking equal and opposite, right? So let's get a pipe from here to here. And a pipe from there to there. It's not complaining when I do this. Great. I'm assuming you guys need power. Yes, that's fine. We can arrange that. Put one right in here. Get me a wire, run it over here. Don't even have to be pretty. And there you go. And now, I would assume that there's nothing going on this one and something going on this one. Nope. But at this point also, this pump is not full yet. So let's fill it up first. Okay, and now what happens? Nothing goes in here. Nothing goes in here. That's not what I expected to see at all. That is not what I expected to see at all. So there's big water tower, water well, water tower. Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe the water towers are different than the reservoir, and that's why the reservoir is the most expensive. Take these two down, take a little bit of pipe away too, then replace them with the reservoir. There you go. Will you flow in here? That's the question. There you go, there you go. Pipe, pipe, pipe. Oh, that didn't work. And I wonder how finicky the pipes are, because there's a kink here. I think we could have had this pipe run lower, or at a lesser angle for a while, but I don't know. There's water falling into this. There's no water falling into this. So yes, to get water into a water tower, it looks like you need a pump. To get water into a reservoir, you just have to go downhill. Cool. That's an awesome fact. Thanks for asking. That actually makes me excited because it feels right. It just feels right, and water cannot flow uphill. Oh, broke it again. Great. Let's go back. Ah. That's what happens when you test things, they just break. Water tower should collect rainwater in theory. Maybe? Maybe, yeah. Okay, back here. What else do we have? Could you check how much water takes an electronics plant? I mean, yes I can, but does it really matter? Electronics takes just daily water consumption, so regular water. It's not... I don't know if you can actually see my stuff yet. I'll shut up for a minute, and then I'll talk again. So, electronics components factory takes 4 cubic meters of water a day. That's fine. But no extra water required. There are probably some industries in here, expected some to be in here, that require more water, but I honestly don't see it. So yeah, these don't have much water output, but then over here, I really expected there to be more water needs. Metallurgy needs water, know that. Power! Nuclear power plant, how much do you need? 6.8 and 13. Yeah, I thought it would be more, but yes. I think the thing that most people run into right away is that the food factory now requires crops and water, and the water has to have a high water quality, otherwise it's not going to work. So there's your first free and easy industry setup just gone, and I think that's exciting. But yeah, well, pretty much every building will have sewage. Every building that has workers will have some type of water consumption and production, because bathrooms. So let's just simulate it that way. But some factories like food require water, distillery requires water, livestock farm, like there are different things that need it. In this case also the concrete plant requires water, a lot of it actually, but you don't run it for the whole time, and it requires really low water quality, so that's pretty nice. And then there are more. I think the asphalt plant, yeah, everything requires some water, but only a few have an extra water input. Ooh, the sawmill and the wood cutting posts, they also require water. Not a lot, but you have to take care of them somehow. So, a lot of cool things that we will have to get to play with. And yes, we will need technical services, because I'm not building a full water pipe and sewage layout for a wood cutting post. So, it get more expensive. That's awesome. City, how's it going over here? Just follow you around. That button, click this button. I just want to make sure that I read as much of the chat that I can read. Tinsy, pressure before the pump is negative, since the pump generates a vacuum that sucks the water up. The pressure after the pump is positive, and pump creates a pressure to push the water up. Interesting, thank you. Do power plants require a lot of water? Depends what is a lot of water, but yes, they do. What about clothing factory? I mean, again, all of these are just what they are right now, and down the road they may or may not require more. This one does not require clothing, but the fabric factory requires water. Oh, yeah. Are there wells? Yes. Those are the only sources of water, effectively, besides the top water siphon. Viperak. Yeah, I said that right. I think the cooling tower of the nuclear power plant might be slurping water. The technical services work as you always select the building to interact. Yes, but the only two things that you can select with the technical services is the two pumps. There's a water pump, which I have over here, and a sewage pump over here. So you drop it off at the sewage pump and you pick up water from the water pump, and then they take that any way you want them to take it. But if you take bad quality water to sewage tank is overfilled. Oh, that's nice. That probably means this guy is also full. That probably means that there's nobody working here, and that's awesome. So yeah, help is going down. We're at 78%. That's interesting. Yeah, sewage tank is overfilled. Help risk. This one is full. That means this one is also full. That means everyone has a full sewer tank. Why do we not bring workers out there? Meh. Someone got mugged at the bus stop, apparently. Yeah, so more things to take care of. Probably reasons to play even slower with your Republic, and I think that's awesome. Start dancing. So technical service workers, yes. Auto-generated towns also come with their own sewage water system, right? I doubt it. I can look at that here quick in a minute, but I doubt it. What does global events mean in game? That's an old thing, just they started to implement that. It's not fully implemented yet, but sometimes your health will go down, sometimes prices will go up, just other things. Just global events that affect your Republic. Tinsy, I assume that the red coloring of pipes in the overlay indicate negative pressure and green shows positive pressure. Yeah, I think both of you, thanks for that. No, actually it was just you. That makes perfect sense in my mind. I don't see a reason why that's not the way it is, so thanks for that. Now we know. Look at this. Yeah. The weird thing is, this is a pump, and this side does not have negative pressure. There's a pump here, and there's no negative pressure in between. So, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But yeah, it looks like you could avoid having pumps if you build on a slope. That's a pretty neat addition. I'm happy with that. So, I mean, it makes sense with flow dynamics or water dynamics or whatever you want to call it. That makes perfect sense, and it's a pretty nice Nice way of simulating it. I'm happy about that. Tater, top price changes, never done anything. Yes. Okay, cool. What else? What else do you want to see? You just ask if the auto-generated cities have their own sewage system. No idea. Let's check it out. I would guess not, because you have to essentially do everything for your cities in the beginning, and it would be weird if that changed. 5 towns, sure. We'll just see. At least for now, they're still implementing the rest. Yes. But thank you very much for everyone that joined today. I was hoping it was just a very, as usual, spontaneous type of, oh, I have time now, let's stream. And here we are. That's pretty neat. Come on, game. Don't crash. Please. Thank you. There we are. Cool. There's a road. There's a city. Let's see. Anything underground? Nope. I'm assuming... Wait, what? For some reason I thought this was new, but couldn't be. So there's some buildings without a job, and it looks like maybe the old town buildings don't have sewage production or anything like that. I don't know. Let's build a building here and see what they do. Let's build a a bus stop. I don't know how I managed to make that worse. It didn't want to give me any of the nodes over here. Okay, fine. Do this. Nobody needs you. Then, there you go, there you go, there you go. People are marching towards my area. That's nice. But yeah, I don't see sewage in here, so that's interesting, Anna, honestly. But that's fine. Alright. Right. Big church, small buildings. Cool. We love them. Where's WSR leaks? Yes. Let's see. Hi there. Water tower should fill up without a pump if its top is lower than the well. I mean, probably. I'm sure it has to do something with pumping. Let's find a big mountain. There's a mountain right here. Sure. That's a pretty tall mountain. So let's do that. Let's get a water well up here. Aww, I did not turn any of that off. That's pretty lame. Sorry. Let's do that again and try it for real this time. I forgot that we crashed a couple times in between, and whenever you just restart from the same game, you don't have to reset everything, but I needed to do it in this case. Alright, easy money, everything else is fine. Night, day, yes, crime adjuster, sure. The rest is fine, build cities and all that stuff. Let's try this again and see what happens. So this was the super easy way to play the game, by not having any of those things turned on. Where are those roads built by the game? Yes, they just throw it out the window. Dishwater update is out. No, it's not. Some real nice things coming to the game soon. Really excited. Me too. Ideas. Update isn't out. It's just an internal test branch that Joe's showing us. Thank you, Uncle Drax. Are you, Uncle Drax? Are you on the Discord? I know you're on the Patreon, but I don't remember seeing you on Discord. Doesn't matter. Honestly, doesn't matter. Okay, let's try this again. City, where are you? Any city. There's the city. Mormonsk. Are you... No pipes. Okay. And are you... yes, they have all this stuff. And are you polluting yourself, or... how does this work? Let's turn on... a stop. Right there. This is more to activate the citizens, nothing else. Just want to see if they do something. You can go there, you can go there. Let's do this. And I would say it only produces pollution or sewage if it gets water. So no power supply, no school, and no drinking water. So it's really confusing to see that the number here changes so much, but All right, I guess. Yeah, so that's the first thing that I want to try. Second thing, water well. Go over here, turn the water on. Small water well right up here, beautiful. And then a tower that is clearly below the level of that water tower. We're probably going to place a windmill up there. So let's see here, that guy falls all the way down. Yep, we're definitely below all the stuff, so don't worry about that. F3, power production, where is my windmill? I just put that here because we really don't need a lot of power. There's some power, there's some water being produced, and yep, I really like that. I really like that mechanic that it actually works. I'm sure it's really finicky in some places that you can make different decisions, but yeah, this really works. This really works like water fluid dynamics. So that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. What does it do to the pressure? Probably nothing, honestly. Water flow, something, and the bar. Is this right? This pressure here pushes down on there. There's negative pressure. I don't know. That's not something I'm good at. I'm not even gonna pretend or try to do that very hard. But yeah, it works. If you have water flowing downhill, you don't need pumps and you don't need power, and you can actually make an aqueduct potentially. So that's pretty nice. Correct. So I don't really use Discord that much anymore, but if I do, I pop on for sure. Nice. Are the long drops, outhouses, French drains available in the game? Outhouses, no. French drains, no. I don't know what a long drop is. Population one from the infamous B-Ball Joe. No, not today. Please build pollution monitoring station. Where? Where? It didn't seem to pick up anything from around water pollution earlier. The water pollution is usually shown by the water pumps. I'll show you that, or the water wells. Like right now, you can hopefully maybe see it, but every building has a little bit of a non-green dot. And you can see the pollution of source is now like 9%, 10% in this area, but if you go over here, outside the city, it's 4%. So that is an option for all of this. I do wonder, I want to try this now. If I put a pump up here and put a water switch somewhere here, I don't really care where it is, but put it there, and then put 3 substations. Honestly, it doesn't matter what these do. I just need 3 substations right here. One there, and it's 3 because I have 3 outlets. One there, and one there. Does the water come all the way from the tower down here, or does it only move from the tower or from the top to the switch? Just curious. Okay. 30,000 for this pipe, makes sense. 28,000 for this pipe. Wow, can't believe it was that close. I wonder if these right angles have any meaning for the game now, because it does it automatically. I'm not changing the angle there, but I'm fine with it doing it. 25,000 for there, and then you come down here and then give me another free power producer. Thank you. Cool. Okay. I should probably just put a reservoir somewhere down here, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. But that's fine. Water flow. It feels like they are getting water from there. That's pretty neat. F3. Yeah, no, there's water flow for sure. This changes my understanding of the whole branch, of the whole thing that's going on here. So that's pretty awesome. Thanks for whoever pointed that out. So yes, you can just use hills to supply water to your whole region without having to worry about water transport. So that's honestly pretty awesome. But still, if you put any production in the middle here, any type of water treatment plant or similar, then you will still need to pump after that probably, unless there's a hill. But if you look at this, there's not much of a hill going on in any rate. And we're actually going uphill here. So yeah, I guess you need the contour lines and need to pay attention to that more now than we did before. That's pretty cool. Build pollution monitoring station. Gravity for the win. Nice. That's very cool. Yeah. Thanks for testing gravity. Let's see what it does, Cajun Comrade. No power supply. Of course not. Because why would you? Power. Thank you. I don't know why, but there's pollution over in this area. That's it. Okay. What else? Bebo Joe, how much coin would you need to make a successful city in the latest update? I haven't even looked at that yet. I know that before I did a quick test I wanted to make a video about, took about 1.5 million ruble to get started with 900 people. That's like 700 to 900 felt like the minimum. You don't add a lot of workers to this update with water. It's just like 30 or so, if you want. So you may be fine with the same amount. So yeah, 1.5 million ruble I think is a good starting point. Yeah. Maybe the color just indicates the level of pressure of the pipe. Potentially, yes. Chris, hey, long-time watcher, pre-recorded, first-time live. Thanks for making your stuffs. Greatly appreciated. You're welcome. The search is polluting the mind of Comrade Ground. Indeed, that must be exactly what that is. I get it. Yes, sewage and water. I don't remember a lot of old churches in Europe that actually had a water connection, so I don't know if I buy this, but that's okay. Yeah. I really think I'm at the end here. Again, the pressure, I don't quite know yet what we do with that. Why there's a thing, if it does anything specific. This has one input that has a lot of pressure. And if we look at the outputs, F3, there's not a lot of pressure talked about. These all have really high pressure. Is that bad? Is that good? Do I need to do something about that? I don't know. If we look at this, yeah, there is pressure here, but it's really not that much either. So I don't know what to do with that. Nothing complaining here. No power supply, yep. Kindergarten, yes. Sickness, yep. Power supply, poor. Drinking water has poor quality. Apparently 95% is poor quality. 94%. Good to know. Sewage tank overfilled, yes. Church spirituality, it's right there, just walk to it. And hospital, yeah. So I feel like we discovered everything that we need to discover here. Mool, the church is polluted, yes. Wait, the church is actually generating that pollution. Maybe. Pollution in this game is not static, so don't get hung up on that too much. It should move around a little bit. But like, the church is right here, the highest pollution concentration is right here. So I don't know if that translates. Let's see if this moves around. Yeah, see? The pollution intensifies in this area. I don't know why. But it should also move around more. It is around. Oh. The church has the biggest sewage tank. It doesn't tell me what it has, but it seems to have the biggest sewage tank. So the earth is getting polluted by the city because the sewage is backing up. That's a pretty cool detail. I like it. That should mean that there's more. No. I think we're as polluted as we can get. But yes, there's a lot of pollution coming out of this probably because of the water supply that we have now. That's pretty cool. Water flowing in your home and then out. That'd be funny if it complained from low water pressure. Pressure should be good. Okay. Unconventional ideas. How the church shouldn't generate lots of pollution. Pressure should ideally be moderate in real life. Too high is better than too low, although too high could eventually burst the pipes. Yes, that will be realistic. I wonder if overflowing sewage causes the pollution. I think that's the thing that's happening here, because all the buildings have high pollution. The problem... Oh, do these buildings... Oh, nobody lives here. And there's no pollution. Yes, that must be totally it. We're just polluting the ground, but polluting the ground itself, I don't know that it affects citizens. It should, but I don't know that it does. But no, yes, no, totally. Pollution affects health, 100%. So having pollution in this area means everyone here has their health dropped. So if we look at that, 37%, yeah, that's pretty bad. That would make sense. So yeah, no, it's definitely pollution that causes all of this. So when you give them water, you have to take care of the sewage. Great. CJ. Uncle Drex, I wonder if overflowing. Yes. Beaver Bravo. I don't know how the game works, but in real life, too much water pressure into building can make the hot water tank pressure relieve low and can also increase consumption. Yeah. I just don't know if I have to address it. Let's see, can I address it? Let's see what we can do here. If I can put a just a water tower here, I guess. Just on this side. Sure. And then connect you. Cool. 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 Yep. What happens now? You pull up, that's good. Target storages are full, so this one is full. That's neat. I can't empty it, so yeah, I don't know what to do with that. But that's filling up, and I would think because we have a water tower there, it should be able to push water down here. I would actually like to try that out by putting I need to put a reservoir at the end of this, right? Otherwise... Oh no! If I put a smaller tower here, does it work? Are you shorter? You are much shorter. Perfect. So what I'm thinking right now is just more of a gravity test. That this tower, the water up here, once it's up here, is clearly higher than this tower. So I would expect this tower to empty into this tower relatively easy. But if I put a tower of the same height next to it, it shouldn't. Water comes in here. Cool. Next test, give me a same size water tower, just like this, right next to it, so it should be pretty level. Let's see if that does something similar. I just looked at there was some water flowing, that's all I wanted to know. To connect you two. Also getting water. Not quite what I expected, but it could also just be the overflow. We can verify if it's the overflow or not pretty easy. Nope, it's not the overflow, it just flows that direction. So if it's leveled, it does the same thing. But now, if I put a tower up here, just playing with the gravity here. I don't think we're gonna see any surprising results, but if we do, you see it here first, folks. Get that one, get this guy, and all the way out here. No. Ah, let me through. I guess I already cut this pipe in half. So we don't actually need you, we don't need you, we don't need you. There you go. I'll be very disappointed if this one fills up with water yet. No. There you go. So yeah, same level is fine. Why do I care about the valve? The valve just goes out, I guess, so you can release more water into the system if you need to. I don't know why I would ever close it, because it's a level of micromanagement that I don't want to worry about. Kevin, would be funny if we also would need to supply natural gas for cooking or heating if there's no heating plant. So the plan for the... Funny that you say that. The plan for the gas power plant is actually to use natural gas and not oil. So I don't know if they're going to get to that or not, if that's a real plan or not, but it is a gas power plant, so not an oil power plant, so we'll see what happens. Empty main tank. I mean, it's this one. Yeah. Charles, natural gas would be a good addition. People could have furnaces in their houses. They can just use wood. They should just use more wood. Cool. No, I don't know what else to test. I wanted to show you this. So we have snapping now. Just a reminder for everyone that's still watching now that may have not seen the beginning. We have snapping now. There's a grid. You can snap to the center of all the grid points all the time. We have a new a tool for measuring curves. Looks like this. Pretty nice, pretty neat. Does its thing. I'm very happy with it. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with it. Then all the buildings also snap to this. If you want to, you just turn it on and off with the wireframes, so that's cool. Then we have a basic traffic management system right here, where you can set either traffic lights like this, and then decide what the main road is, and those will have priority, and that looks pretty good. What's your problem? Crossroad traffic lights needs to have all roads with asphalt. Haha, you can only put traffic lights on asphalt roads, otherwise you have to use regular signals. That's pretty nice. Then you have a signal there, a signal there, and a signal there. And I believe it actually changes the types of signals that you get. So maybe this crossroad over here, you can also place the signals in your menu over here. Place it right there. Yeah, on crappy roads you get signals like this, and I wonder if I upgrade you, if I get the nicer signals. Not yet. How about now? Now? Nope. Yes. Try that. And go back to here. Try that. Nope. I don't know why I only get this sign and not the yellow sign. Because earlier we got the actual yellow and white sign. But now we're only getting this sign. I don't know why. Not sure if there's some reasoning behind that, but yeah, not sure. So we have all that, and then we have everything down here that's water. So on the left side we have water, on the right side we have sewage. There's a lot to do. There's a lot more updating. Well, if you want your old saves to work, there's a lot of stuff for you to take care of. Trust me, you won't get bored. Bavero. Roundabouts worked before too, and you were able to build them, but maybe it's a little easier now. Until the water pressure and both water should flow from one towards the other until they have the same water level. Ooh, I want to try that. What are the odds of them actually having simulated this? So let's try this. Get these two pipes connected again. Put both of them on. The valve is closed, that's not helping. Move it like this, and let's see if they just level out. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool system. It's moving so slow though. Just moving about 4.5. That's fine. What else do we have? There's a signal thing mod or part of vanilla with the latest update. That's part of the traffic management, that's part of the next update. Alternative small-scale infrastructure stuff like natural gas and wood distribution when the big-scale heating plant. Yes. Bavero, select road section to get the yellow. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, whoever said that the water pressure is equal until it's about the same, you're right. They actually simulated this, and that's pretty awesome. Because it's slowing down to effectively nothing. And that's pretty neat. It was flowing a lot faster earlier, and now the pressure is effectively nothing in these. Why is it 6 in that one? The pressure still eludes me, it still doesn't make much sense. Oh, this one is 6 bar, because it tries to go out there, but this pressure is pretty much even. So now, if I empty out this, I'm not paused. You're flowing faster, and on this guy, there is more pressure in this output, but that pressure is going down. Output 2 in this case. And once it's low, once it's essentially 0, there's no more movement of water. That's fine, that's cool, I get that. Probably kind of like a priority thing, but maybe not. Was I gonna try something else? I don't remember. Select roads. Oh yeah, select road sections to get Radomir! Thank you very much, really appreciate it. Select this. Priority roads, we have set them. far with that. No, Radomir. Thank you very much. Always appreciate you. I think this is it. I would love to see the combined heating and power plants as have existed in the 1890s. Last US Commission. It is ironic that the communists made such extensive use of American invention as a district heating. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know how I get the yellow signs. There must be something. Maybe it has to be in a city. Maybe it has to be somewhere else. I don't know. Let's add a city sign here. There's one. There's one. Oh yeah, within city limits you get it. Interesting. Okay, so it's not what I'm used to, but it's fine. Good Rex. I think the pressure mechanic really means you can use unreliable wind power at groundwater pumps to fill up towers and use towers to keep pressurized when there isn't any wind. Sounds complicated. But yes, I think what you're saying is very accurate. How much water does a nuclear power plant need now? I was hoping that make it part of this water update. It needs power. It's just really hard for me to tell you if that is a lot or a little. Down here, nuclear power, no, there. The single reactor needs 6.8 cubic meters of water a day, and the twin reactor needs double that. I don't know if this is a lot of water or not for this update. But it probably also has a lot of sewage that it produces. Let's actually see. Do you have a water in? Yes. So there's a water in and a water out now, and I think the water out is much more important than the water in this case, in this update. So yeah, there you go. Has a lot of... you get to add stuff, don't worry about it. CJ, well, here I go, stating all over again. Yeah, it's like a panel with the name of the town. Oh yeah, it's just a town sign, and we have, at least Germany has very similar ones to this. Ours are yellow, and maybe in Europe they're more black and white. But yeah, it would be cool if it would actually say the name of the city, but it doesn't yet. I know that I was able to click on them earlier. What do I have to do for that? There we go. I can look at it, and I can just see the other sign. I don't know why that's important, but everything within that is a city. And within the city, you can only go 60 kilometers an hour. And you get nicer street signs. Thanks a lot for doing all the testing for us. Also looking very forward to this update. Me too. Yeah, honestly, I can sit here and wait for a couple more questions, but if you have any more questions, maybe come to the Discord. I'll probably play with this one a little while. I hope I can turn Season 4 into this or use this update on Season 4, because I don't want to restart right now, but this update feels very, very, very fun. So I would like... That may be something I start very soon. Maybe once it puts it into the internal beta branch, because it's easier to play that way. Otherwise I have to move saves around, and that's not fun. We'll just see how that works. Yeah, no, that's good. A cubic meter of water is about 1,000 liters. Yeah. Oh dear. Hopefully they won't make radioactive sewage. Oh dear. Honestly, I really would like them to turn the sewage into what City Skylines does. I think it does it very well, where sewage over time takes over the water source unless there's flow. So for example, in this case, I could dump sewage into this lake, but also take out water off this lake, and the water level will never change, and the pollution doesn't seem to change either in this water. Like, as long as I don't put the water outtake right next to the polluter, it doesn't feel like it makes a huge difference. I hope they change that. I would like to have just one lake to be radioactive waste and one lake to be the fresh water, but the fresh water that we get has 22% of pollution already. Just the water here is not very good, which is very interesting. I wonder if there are ways to change that too. But no, water is going to be a big complication that I think is going to keep us busy for a long time. Just want to build Pripyat and Chernobyl in this game. Yes. Oh, that would be nice. Thanks, have fun. Radioactive sewage to deal with. Yes, indeed. Okay. That's all I have. I think I said it now for the 12th time. And I really mean it this time. So, again, thank you everyone very much for coming out. This was fun. And we'll see. Maybe I'll do another start with how to start in 2022 with all the new mechanics, because loyalty and police and or crime and justice, loyalty, and now water, plus what's the other stuff? Just water, traffic management, all those things. They just got added, and I think I am overdue for a new guide on that. That may be the next more specific tutorial live chat that we'll have. So we'll see how that goes. For now, thanks to everyone very much for watching. Good to have you. Thanks Radomir for coming by as usual, and thanks all of you for coming by. There were a couple posts or chats that I know are not from people that I want in here, but that's fine. It's just links to things. That's really annoying. If you're not a robot, I'm not talking about you. That's essentially what I'm saying. No, enough blah blah. Ooh, thank you all very much for watching. Again, just repeating myself here, but it's fine. And I will see you again soon, hopefully. There's a video tomorrow if you like Farm Sim. I'm starting a new series that's starting tomorrow, so maybe check that out. Cool.